Hey guys, we just wrapped up our Thanksgiving trip to Dolphin Island, and we are heading over. I got to drop Eric and his family off at Louis Armstrong in New Orleans, so we're going to go piddle around in the French Quarter. But I thought I'd take the opportunity beforehand to go see Gale. Gale York is a guy who reached out to us probably starting a year and a half ago, went through a kind of a journey to get his KOA campground that he is a part of building and managing. And it's pretty cool because he is 87 years old at this point, and just kind of a Renaissance man. He doesn't really know age. He just keeps going and doing cool stuff. I mean, I found out from a flight instructor that I've been talking to doing lessons that he got IFR certified in his 80s, which is crazy. That doesn't happen. Just a really, really neat guy. And when he first reached out to us, he was wanting us to possibly come down and build a monopore eco-finish pool for this KOA campground, but that's about the most expensive way. That's on par with elite level gunite pools, with the added benefit of insulation, as I always like to say. But he immediately realized, for an investment, that's more than he needed to do. And we started talking about Renolit, which is commercial membrane, and he loved the idea. I pitched him that he could, if he had a crew, do it himself. Which he told me he did, and you'll, in a minute when I get there,
turn left onto Kalani Drive.
You guys will meet Gale and his helper, and that's basically the guys who built the commercial pool. He had such a good time building that pool that he bought a smaller kit that he is now building in his backyard in Mississippi, which we're going to stop at first, and then we're going to go see the finished product at the KOA campground. And I think he's basically almost ready for his vinyl liner in his backyard, so we're going to go see how he's doing. Really, really cool guy. That's one thing we love about doing these kits and stuff, is we meet a lot of really neat people that are just kind of making their own dreams come true, really putting sweat equity into projects, and helping these guys is like a really, untapped reward that me and Eric and Pat get to do. So gonna go see how Gale's doing, and then take you around to see some of his finished products. All right, guys, you may remember Gale York from this summer when we were doing the Renolit training down in Slidell, Louisiana. I'm here with him and his guy, Aaron, who helped on that pool. And also, Gale had so much fun building that commercial pool at 86 years old at the time.
Yeah, 87.
87 now. I think, like I said, I told you guys a minute ago, I think he may be the oldest guy that successfully built not one but two pool kits this year in the whole country. I know there's a couple other guys doing this, but I will bet money they didn't get a guy like Gale. And he built that commercial pool. It turned out awesome. I'm going to take you guys over to it in a minute, but he has a basically 14 or
12 by 28.
12 by 28 flat bottom pool. We're still pretty close to the sea level here, so they don't go real deep. But this is in his own backyard. We're getting ready to order the vinyl liner, so we came to check his work. I'll show you the equipment in a second, but he's doing great work. Just watches my videos, comes up with questions all the time, and then Aaron does.
Yeah, I did some of the work with Mr. Gale. He outdo me, but we get it done.
Gale's outworking him, but
If I was 20 years younger, I'd be in the business.
yeah, that's what he came up to my training this summer, and we got to talk, and we always go out to eat with everybody the first night, and we just got to talk, and I love his energy, because he was like, man, if I was 20 years younger, we'd take over Louisiana. I was like, let's go. But anyway, like I said, we'll show you around the backyard a little bit, and we'll get on to Slidell, show you the KOA campground that he's pulled off. Holy smokes, guys. This is the first time I've been here since we finished the Renolit. Me and Marshall had a training event down here where we actually did most of the Renolit on this install to shoot a lot of video and do some marketing for Renolit. But when we left, there was like 6 inches of water in it. Gale, the KOA campground is just now getting ready to open. It's opening a couple months late. And because of that, they let this thing sit. And I mean, it looked like a pond. It was full of just inky water. The last time I saw photos of it, And they got it up and running, and my gosh, this is Renolit Origins. It's actually a speckled white, but that's what's really cool about the light colored liners is they let the blue of the water, the minerals and the reflection of the sky and everything make it look super Caribbean, if you will, compared to the water, you know, in the pond right next to it that's full of alligators. This thing turned out so killer. I'm not gonna stick around to show you what it looks like at night, but maybe next time when we come down here to do the Renolit in Dolphin. But there are 3 bubblers here, and there's 2 or 3 more over there that are all lit up. Now you can't hardly see the light in this daylight sunlight, but they're on right now. And I think there's 8 more micro brights around the walls. The pool is only 4.5 feet deep, so that is going to bling. It is 30 by 60, not counting that little tanning ledge over there. Had tons and tons of stairs, so it was kind of a trial by fire. Stairs are the hardest thing to weld in for Renolit. If they're not hard, they're just really tedious. And there were so many of them that we slowly lost trainees all week just as they all had to go home because it was just a, hey, come and go as you please. And so by the very last day, it was just me and Marshall, and we still had like 3 or 4 stairs to weld so we could go home. And it was like 104 degrees every freaking day. It was awful. But holy moly, guys, this looks good. Gale did an amazing job. I mean, he had some help toward the end, but I saw pictures. He promised me he had a big crew that was going to do it, and I saw pictures of him and his wife stacking these walls by themselves. I think Aaron helped him a good little bit, but other than that, I mean, he was out there doing it in that heat. So this is what you can do, guys. These pool kits, like I said, it's rewarding for us because we get to help people bring, you know, things to fruition that they couldn't otherwise do. Just to give you a little perspective, we started bidding this pool as an eco-finish pool at close to $250,000. That would be a monolithic pour, eco-finish, you know, gunite style. And then we told them what this would cost for us to do it. And I think they were hoping to build a pool for $100,000. This thing's massive. It's not a pool you can build for $100,000. I think he got it done. I haven't talked to him about with all the concrete and all the stuff around it, but I think the pool itself, fully equipped, very nice equipment pad. It's automated. It's got all the controls on it we would normally put on one. And I mean, he can control this pool from just anywhere in the world. And I think he got the entire thing built for less than that on a commercial scale. And he's in a parish that makes him jump through hoops like he's in LA County. So he didn't get to, you know, cut any corners, and it turned out amazing. So guys, if you ever want to stop in New Orleans, let me give them a quick plug. This is called the Journey KOA in Slidell. It's just north of Pontchartrain, just a few minutes from downtown New Orleans. And I mean, it is gorgeous. He's got an Airstream parked over here already, but he is about to have one of the coolest campgrounds, I would say, anywhere on the Gulf Coast. So hit him up. Like I said, they're just in phase 1 right now, but this thing is acres and acres and acres. It was a pretty nice trailer park prior to Katrina. The entire thing washed away with about a 15-foot storm surge, and sat here for the last nearly 20 years. And Gail got involved and turned it into this, which is kind of awesome. So yeah, guys, I will be back in Missouri hopefully in about 12 hours. We're going to run into the French Quarter, have a little beignet. I'm going to drop them at the airport and roll all night. So hopefully tomorrow I can go check on my boys' work. I'll bring that to you, you know, in a few days. As you're seeing this, I'm probably pouring concrete on the Elements build. But anyway, guys, like I said, we do have training coming up toward the middle of February. You can check all3pools.com for those dates. We are doing a few Renolit installs. We're doing one that's going to save a pool with concrete cancer down in Austin, Texas. That's going to be a huge market for you guys down in Texas struggling with the bad concrete from the last 3 or 4 years. We're going to be saving pools down there day in and day out with this product. In addition to that, we've got World of Concrete, getting excited about that. Going to be running around with Joey from Fab Form and Austin. He's got an award coming up. It's just, man, it's going to be an exciting winter, guys. Hit you guys this weekend.